Welcome back to the long 15. We went through the inventory. We dumped some of our excess scrap electronics in between episodes. And now we are preparing for whatever shit. Whatever happens next. Well, I was right in that the door would just open and okay, that one's toast. Nice. Okay, that's done. That gun is empty. Alright. Missiles used to full effect. Still worth keeping to sell. This is a time for, I think, our carbine. You good, boys? Alright. That was not bad at all. They dropped fishing batteries. I don't want to go fishing. Alright, let's check the rooms and make sure we check the loot for the energy cells. Don't need sensor modules. Don't need that. Yeah, them being seemingly solely melee definitely takes the edge off of fighting Scorps. Robo-Scorps, that is. So yeah, if we did have mines, they would have been effective. Possibly very effective if they were really good mines. Alright. Oh, we found Halstead. It's the main man we were looking for. What the fuck? Oh, Eddie got in the way. 20mm grenades, worth the money. A second, third recon beret. We'll keep that. Grenade launcher. Close to being worth something. Face wrap combat. We have this. Okay, yeah, and that doesn't repair with that. Okay, but we're like essentially done here. Just get that third recon beret. I'll keep the extra third recon. When it's a pseudo-unique item like that, I definitely like to keep it still. Okay. Hey, we're mobile. Alright, easy. Return to Sergeant with your findings. Okay. I was expecting some sort of thing to shut down or something here.
Final log. Major Grant Halstead. We're in what looks Looks like a control room deep in the facility. Low on ammo, down to just a handful of explosives. We're wounded, exhausted. That damn drone is still coming, tearing through whatever's left of my troopers. We'll draw it in here, set the charges, and blow it to hell. If you're listening to this, turn back. There's nothing to find down here but death.
So they blew the drone up. Is that... I'm just wondering if there's any evidence of the drone itself. Is that... I mean, oh, this is probably... Maybe this is supposed to be the drone. It is kind of a random bit of pipe. So that might be it. Alright, yeah. Alright, let's see what this door does. Long 15. Okay, this is just a quick travel... This is a Skyrim door. Cool. I will, in fact, Skyrim door it. Cool. Alright, we're just back here. We should see what that map marker over there is next, probably. Poston. You're the one I'm talking to, right?
Any news?
The expedition party was killed to the last. They destroyed a huge drone in an underground facility.
Wow, this is unbelievable. If you weren't showing me the holotapes, I wouldn't believe it. We'll make sure Major Halstead and his troopers are given heroes' funerals, with full honors. Here, I've been authorized to provide you with a substantial reward, in the unlikely event that you succeeded. Thank you for helping them find peace.
What's going to happen with the tunnel now?
Brass will argue for months on how to unleash the tech in there on their enemies, but it's likely they'll decide to seal the tunnel permanently. I don't think anything in there needs to see the light of day again.
It's probably for the best. Alright. I just got a bunch of money for that. Oh, cool. That was a very fun little side quest. I like that. I like that it was a pretty long dungeon. That it had, like, kind of some twists to it, right? Like, the goal or whatever you want to call it for, like, why we were there. Right? Started in one direction before it moved into other ones. Hollow Hills. Beware rad scorpions. Okay. And there's a map marker this way too. Somewhere between Fort Western, Northwest Sector, and where we are now. Wait, what is this map marker? Is this not... Oh, I guess this isn't... Yeah, because whatever that car is there, that's actually not part of... like the other facilities up above. Interesting. Hollow Hills West. Okay. Just more of the area. Ooh, rattlesnakes. Cool. We should definitely come back and check out these areas here in the Hollow Hills. Northwest. I wonder if there's an east. Yeah, like if we scope out this section of the map here, then we've kind of got this whole wedge here covered. That might be not a bad idea. Now, I probably need to go do a drop-off, I think, of items. If I want to keep some of the apparel, make sure those ranger outfits are useful, upgrade, repair some shit back at base, and drop off that axe and stuff that I'm not going to use. It's probably a good time to do that. So I'm going to pause the recording and run back to the strip, just dropping off, not picking up anything new. Okay, well, a little bit of inventory management later. We are back in the long 15, and I dropped off all the collectibles. Our armor is, broadly speaking, repaired now, like the new armors, the combat stuff. And had to do a little bit of traveling to sell all the loot we had, because we had about good, I don't know, 40k caps or so of stuff. I made ammo, and I tore apart the ammo we had. So, quick look here. 137, 357, 170 on 4570, and 89 on the 20 gauge. For some reason, I had it in my head that the opposite was true here, and that this was the 4570. But no, the 4570 is actually for the gun, which is, wait, what was this area that just popped up? I wasn't paying attention. Was it east? It is east. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to kind of travel between the map markers, just look for things in the environment that look interesting. Do I have... I don't have a... I didn't keep any melee weapons. I put the axe into storage. Actually, we should just use the shoddy. Because this is definitely the least important weapon. So yeah, I guess just a little abandoned campsite. Maybe somebody got killed by snakes, or maybe it's a little older than you might expect or something. Keep out. Let's see. So this puts me... Yeah, there's kind of like this set of like canyons you can kind of see here on the map. So why don't we just keep heading east here to just scout for anything interesting? Because I'm definitely approaching this very similar to how we played the base game, which was very thorough. And, I get if that's not your thing, but it's fundamentally what this series is about. Got some bark scorpions. Damn. I don't really need to kill all of these, so I'm just gonna kinda... let them deal with it, I guess, apparently. They just decide to massacre every scorpion that's in the area. Well, this saves me the effort of worrying about ammo. I would be more inclined to do this solo if we had been kind of sticking with Boone pretty much the whole campaign. And I think it is interesting to have him here for a playthrough as well, to see if he has anything interesting to say in terms of like NCR things. So we've already seen some interaction, which is like, I honestly didn't expect there to be any. So that's pretty cool. Let's see if these are interior cells or if these are just little alcoves. Twin Spheres Cave. Okay. Interesting. Well, in we go, I think. Probably scorpions. Let's just keep the light on. Gecko Cave was not what I expected. They're not very observant geckos, are they? Just in general? They tend to be pretty goddamn oblivious to my light being on. Cave fungus probably has some usage. Pretty big cave. I definitely should have used shotguns more in the main playthrough, I think. That little guy can wait. I don't wanna like start getting chained down a tunnel killing shit. I wanna, you know, case the main joint here more. So I don't get confused about where I've been and where I ain't been. Feeling like a loot cave. Is that one empty? Weird. So I think one of those was just empty in general, maybe? Just keeping an eye out for any mushrooms. But it's looking... like there's not going to be that many. Alright, well... looks like this tunnel's the only way to go. Did I say this was a caravan shotgun at some point? This is a lever action. That's why it works with cowboy. But I don't think there's a unique version of the lever action. Which is too bad. It would be, I wonder if there's probably a mod out there that would add a unique. But, that's fine. Not every weapon needs to be unique. It is disappointing when you get a weapon that's not unique, but also doesn't upgrade. The upgrade system's pretty cool. It kind of sucks that we didn't get to use it too much.
Clear.
Thank you for your input, Boone. Dead Castle gang member. Merc grunt outfit. Okay. Interesting. Let's hold off on that direction for 1 second. Let's check here. there might be a gang hideout in the back of this cave or something. Either that, or maybe this gang is a, you know, a raider outfit or something we get introduced to later. Okay, well this is a little more convoluted than I was expecting. Let's look at the local map. So we came from there. This is looping around back this way. Alright, fuck it. Rats? A little more reactive than the geckos. I like that it's mixed enemy types. That's fun. It's not, feels a little different than base game in that sense. Base game caves tended to really be like, it's the gecko cave, it's the deathclaw cave, it's the scorpion cave. Oh, there goes a frag grenade. Oh, I came back. When I was selling stuff, on a whim, I looked behind the counter in the Mojave Outpost, and I never got the Duck and Cover magazine, apparently. Which really surprised me, so I stole that. Or rather, I tried to steal it, but it fell through the fucking counter and disappeared the moment I touched it. Thankfully, one reload and it came back. So, nothing actually lost, but it was pretty funny. Hollow Hills. Oh, there's a new exit here. Unexpected. I think we'll scope out the exit. And we're back to geckos. Wait, maybe the exit... Oh, I bet you it's where the body was. Because this tunnel here is probably where that body was? Because this is back to the main gecko area. Case in point. Well, he's gone. Oh, they're crazed geckos. That might explain a little bit more of their sturdiness. Ultra jet intoxication. What? We got jetted up geckos? Is this like a drug operation run by those bandits or something? And then they, damage resistant increased agitation, Med-X intoxication. What the fuck is this for? There's got to be like a quest associated with this, or maybe just maybe it's just the vibe of the dungeon. Fascinating. Very cool. If this is not a dungeon and it just happens to be like one little area where there just happens to be like a drug operation and a bunch of cracked out geckos, that's pretty funny. Just conceptually. Is that Khan? Ordu? Khan Drugshin, Long Journey. Interesting. We're doing Emily. This is not a usable thing. Alright. Data, Misk. Long journey. Got high on some Hydra with Emily. Been talking about life, and I got to write this down before I forget. Double brother not want to keep this drug running thing. Jobs on the reserve are hard to come by. NCR doesn't want us to raid. But they won't let us work either. So when some dude from Hub City offered us 2,000 caps for moving some of the supply, I jumped on it. For 600 miles, I keep our head down from the NCR. I keep thinking if I want to do this for the rest of my life. Emily said she wanted to join up with the other cons out east. So that she wants me to come with her, but I don't know. I don't want to be a raider or a drug dealer or anything like that anymore. I just want to I just don't want to have to keep my head down. Kind of wish my dad joined Papa when he left all those years ago. Dad says that I would have got killed at Bitter Springs, and that all those California politicians would be saying I deserved it. Why the hell should I care what those assholes think? Whether I stay on the streets or go to college, I'll never hold my head down. For the rest of my life, my head's going to be up, raised to the sky. Well, that didn't work for you, huh? What was the other thing we got? The drug shipment, right? Con drug shipment? Interesting. This has to do with probably something, then. There's probably a quest. Hey, can you go find this drug shipment? And then I'll be like, boy, do I have a surprise for you. I already have it. Con Simple Armor, 7/100. $10 mil is probably the one that's worth the most. Let's repair the Ranger Sequoia, though. Alright. So maybe this is the exit. Dead Castles. So maybe this was an altercation between like the cons and the Dead Castles, whoever they are. Any more drugs on the ground here, by the way? I mean, I suppose the geckos ate most of them, conceptually. So there probably shouldn't be that many drugs on the ground, but... there we go. I would like my drugs. Well, I'm feeling that we've done... we've put the shotgun to good use here. I was a little unsure when I decided to bring it that it really had any purpose. But in terms of ammo diversification and just fun, I thought, you know, sure, let's do it. Let's use lever action. But in practice, it kind of fills a role. And, yeah. Okay, so this looped around to here. So we went this way. Then we found a fork in the road. Yeah. Then we did not go this way. And that feels like that's probably my exit. Okay. There was a gecko body that fell down, but frankly, I don't give a shit. I doubt it was cracked out. Even if it was, it probably doesn't have... any drugs on it. Okay, so where am I? Twin spheres, twin spheres. Okay, I'm back over here. So there was another cave in the other direction. Oh god, there's another cave there. So this area feels kind of like an environmental area, I guess you'd say, right? It's kind of a chunk of wilderness with some caves, but there's definitely quests involved with at least that one cave. We just gotta find out who wants this drug shipment. I don't think we've seen a con, but we've also haven't even been to the main hub yet. Wait a second. Were these scorpions we killed? Oh, this is the other cave. Yeah, that's the other side of Twin Spheres. Okay. Hollow Hills Cave. Don't mind if I do. Dead Morton Mercenary. Specialist... What the... Hold on. Okay, it doesn't, like, do anything. It's just armor. And it's just kind of... It's like, one of the, the merc suits, but, like, kind of repaired up more? Interesting. So the actual stats, DT10? DT10 and, like, nothing. Okay. I mean, DT10 for a light is, like, not nothing, but it's pretty close to nothing. Well, this one's got a lot more cave fungus. Oh, a lot more cave fungus. Huge. I don't actually know if this is huge. What does this actually do for us? It definitely does something useful. The question would just be whether or not we have the other pieces that make it useful. I wonder if cave fungus was... I can look it up at some point. It's probably like a drug or like Hydra or something. If it's not completely worthless. Oh, maybe that there's a thing. We have that AP item. What is it called? Mushroom Cloud? Did Mushroom Cloud actually take mushrooms? I don't know. Yeah, another light rig. Absinthe. Did absinthe have a specific proper use? The light rig is decently valuable. I feel like charisma 3 perception is interesting. Wait a second. So that would max out my perception. So that'd be 6 to lockpicking? Damn. So if I had a couple more points in lockpicking, like one more skill book, I could start to do something with that. Boon!
Fine by me.
Oh yeah, I also converted all of my, various energy weapon ammos into microfusion cells, and then consolidated them further into, max charge. And I kept the lair. The lair is on Eddie with the ammo. I don't need the beers. At least I'm pretty sure I don't need the beers. Yeah, so you're at 35. Give me these. There's no reason to load you up with this shit. I don't know why I gave everything to Eddie. The layer on the ammo, yeah, because he won't use it, but... I don't think he'd wear the con armor, or take the con armor because it's faction. Shit. That's generally a no-go. Okay. Continuing onward. Where's the trap? Am I fucking blind? like the wire. I don't see like a wire or a pressure plate. This could be reused, copy pasted from somewhere else without the wire, maybe.
So we made it.
Bro, a scavenger hunt? I'm so fucking down for a scavenger hunt. That sounds great. Find key 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Dead prospector. And no info. No, like, clues further about this? How do we know it's a scavenger hunt if we just find a key? I feel like there should be a note to, like, motivate this more.
Can't punch through.
Okay, slasher, pretty good. Gecko steaks. What do we need for a gecko kebab? Kebab is jalapeno peppers. That doesn't seem like it's gonna happen. I'll take the steaks. And then, let's check some other consumables here. Where does... Okay, that's mutant cave fungus. I forgot that that was a thing. The mutant cave fungus is a separate thing altogether. So... Interesting. I forgot about mass purified water being a thing too. Or is this added by a mod? Maybe this isn't even, maybe this is a mod thing. Like there are added recipes here like with the iguana and stuff too. Healing poultice is cave fungus. But it needs Brock flower and agave. I suppose I could have made a jalapeno pepper maybe from egg boiled. Interesting. From my cloning thing, right? Cat stew. Yummy, yummy. Caesar salad is hilarious. Kaisar salad. Spore plant pods for that. Oh, Battle Brew is directly salient green, but we're unlikely to find mutant cave fungus. So it probably makes sense to just clone something. So we can clone agave, we can clone jalapeno pepper. Okay. I'm just gonna sit on my green salient. That's fine. And yeah, maybe the cave fungus then isn't that worth it. I mean, value-wise, it's definitely good. I can keep it. It's fine. Did we miss any side tunnels? No. Very Hollow Hills. Hollow Hills Cave. Must be a raised section? I wonder if this scavenger hunt is this cave, or if it's like a whole thing. Bye. Bark Scorpion Hunter, huh? As a big boy, I didn't want to engage that directly if I didn't have to. Okay, so that sent me around a loop here to this. Well, he's a fast one, too.
All right.
Kind of fun. Having a big old bark scorpion to deal with instead of just the usual itty-bitty fellas. Yeah, I will take a lever action shotgun, thank you very much. But no ammo for it, huh? Dick move. Radscorp eggs probably have some use. I don't remember, but I think there was something. I might be crossing wires to Fallout 4, where they definitely have a good item. Because they make the omelet or whatever, I think in Fallout 4, if I remember correctly, is the one that cures addictions, maybe? Okay, so tunnel air. We definitely got to check the corners, just in case the scavenger hunt is specific to this cave. The like the ambient storytelling of like the drug den and then like stumbling across this scavenger hunt thing. This is very fun. I like this. It's definitely a big upside of like the Bethesda games is when you find this like ambient storytelling stuff. Is that interesting? I'm feeling like we were gonna loop around, take this exit, and it's just gonna send us there. That's feeling like a thing. I think I'm just gonna use the shotgun until it's dry at this point. I had to sneeze. I got another one coming still. This feels pretty optimal as far as like shotgun usage goes for us, so. Who we blasting?
Eat this. All right. It's over.
Let's see what's up here. Yeah, so this is heading back there. That's heading somewhere else. So this is probably that zone transition thing. I think I have a light step on this character, right? That's an interesting perk. Conceptually, like in terms of character building, because there was definitely... Oh, interesting. It was definitely something I really liked having on the first playthrough, and I've never taken it again on a character, because I've definitely been more inclined to remember where traps are, and not waste an entire perk on what ultimately ends up being somewhat of a lackluster perk, actually. Definitely, like, good. It's like a good perk design-wise, right? Because it very much has, like, a role in the game. Like, depending on how you're playing your character, right? The approach you're taking to the game, it ends up having a nice kind of niche. But also, if you really want to min-max, and you know the game, it becomes something you don't need to take, which is great. Alright, well, that was suboptimal. Mama and Daddy? Are the scorpions crossbreeding? I could see that being kind of the concept. Another prospector. He's got some cards. Cowboy hat, duffel bag. No key. Okay. Let's do, so the 22 revolver, I could keep, right? Because we do have one of those that we could potentially repair up. However, I do have just, like, a billion weapon repair kits. So, like, I don't really need to. Now that we have one, like, it's kind of fine. Oh, interesting. The backpack can be used, or can take damage and be repaired. I didn't know that. You definitely load Eddie up with some organics and shit, too. Like all that cave fungus that we're just kind of sitting on. Wait, there's dead. Damn it, Eddie. Damn it, Eddie. Wait, is he gonna... This game's weird sometimes. I will unrepentantly let him take whatever he wants, if he'll take it. God. Just disappears right into the inventory like a black hole.
Fine by me. Gonna be hard covering you when I can't move my legs.
Alright, and the rest of whatever we find goes into our inventory, or we start dropping shit, and that's just fine. Wait, is this a dead end? Yeah, okay. So this chamber just ends. Interesting. Just a little loot man for looting. Well, let's finish the cave up at this point. So this, I think, yeah, this was the other part. Okay, there's a whole ass man here. Ooh, more new gear. Interesting. Alright, specialist combat armor. We'll just merge away those rigs. A Desperado cowboy hat. Horse nettle's kind of a weird thing.
Hold up there, stranger. State your business or get shot.
A hunter. I was killing the rad scorpions here.
Son of a bitch, we need those. Before we continue, I'm gonna need your word that you won't tell anyone about this place. Do I have your word?
Yeah.
Alright then, I'll trust your good intentions. Name's Jeremiah. It's nice to meet you. You can walk around, but don't start shit. I'm gonna level with you. We're hiding out in these caves because Stanton kicked us off our lands, and we raided some caravans.
Interesting. Tell me about yourself.
Born and raised in the hub state. I was a sickly child, asthma. So my mom moved me and my sister to the frontier for outdoor living to toughen me up. My pa stayed behind in the hub, but eventually moved to the boneyard to chase union jobs. I adopted the ranching lifestyle in full, and the doctor said my lungs fixed themselves. After that, I figured it was my calling, so I kept ranching.
Where's your wife?
She took work as a caravaner on the short loop, so I won't see her for the next year or so. Assuming, of course, I survive this. Oh, I forgot to tell you about my son. Well, he's my pride and joy. He's got the spirit at the very least. He'll turn out great.
Why were you attacking the caravans?
We went from having a functional bed with a mattress to having to sleep on the floor of a damp cave. We lost everything. Nakayama had a shit ton of guns, so we armed up. We were gonna hit some of Stanton's boys, but we screwed up. Hit a Fargo caravan. This isn't a hub metro. We'll be hanged for that, even if it was a mistake. The NCR isn't going to offer us clemency, so we're going down fighting. Well, I say that, but there weren't troopers guarding the cargo before. They are now, so we've been staying low.
I had other questions. Tell me about the raid on your ranch.
There was a man, called himself Mac. He and a bunch of those goons walked up to our ranch. They told us to leave peacefully or by force. We chose force. I sent Seth over to Beals for safety, and we shot at the intruders. Killed a couple of them, but the strange thing is, they didn't shoot back. They just threw some gas bombs in the home and set it on fire. We bolted to Beals' place, but they hit that too. We regrouped with Nakayama in his cave. He's used it as storage for his guns before.
Mac?
He's Stanton's top gun. He's followed around by some guy named Morton. Don't know much about the other fella, but Mac was pretty ruthless.
Okay. So Stanton forced these guys out of the land and they went into desperate straits. So I'm getting a bit of a picture here about what's going on with Stanton. What do you think about Stanton?
In a just world, he would be drawn and quartered.
Fair.
We don't live in one of those, though. He's a respected businessman, political figure. Even if it means my execution, I would kill Stanton the moment I saw him.
What do you think of the NCR?
Honestly, I don't know what the hell to think. I pay taxes to the government so this shit doesn't happen, and now it's happened. But on the other hand, I don't think the government knows about this, so maybe they're not to blame. If the government knew about it, would they help us? Have they helped us before we hit the caravan? Will they help now that we have? It's a lot to think about. The only thing I know is that I hate Stanton.
Why haven't you killed the Radscorps?
Because we don't need to. We go to the ground outside the door with turpentine. They hate that crap. So, we can either use our limited ammo fighting them, or save it for fighting Stanton whenever he comes knocking again. The choice is pretty easy.
Alright, well, goodbye.
Remember, keep it on the down low.
Interesting. So, yeah, maybe we can help these fellas with their problem. That's something we're going to have to figure out next time on Fallout New Vegas.